This is the big benefit of a universal philosophy. It says it applies to everybody. Well, looks that doesn't, 205 or 206 countries in the world. And you've got something that applies to everybody. That's a bit strange, isn't it? No, says liberal theory. There are same value structures that apply to all of us. You couldn't have the United Nations without it. It couldn't tell you that the Universal Declaration of Human Rights without this idea of values that apply to all of us just because we are humans. Now, the idea is to test that as well. Why is sport universal? Why does everybody play football? It's because the values are specified at a very thin level at the top. There are these rules and we all have to abide by just these rules. But there are lots of things about football that aren't rules specified. So, Brazilian football is different from Italian football, from British football, from German football, from Spanish football. It's culturally specific, but acknowledges that there are these universal general rules to apply to everybody. Can we never get to absolute zero? What a wonderful question. I wish I had a wonderful answer to go with it. Here is the problem: there is actually a law of physics called the third law of thermodynamics, that says you cannot get to the absolutely zero, but we don't really know it's true, but we are pretty sure it is for the following reason. Every time you think of some way of cooling something down a little bit, it means you try to get energy out of that thing and make the temperature lower. Well, if you can get energy out, usually there is a way that the energy can go in as well. And that always means there is a competition between taking the energy
I've been reflecting on how the world has changed in the past few decades. In the past, if a chicken in a distant village in East Asia fell ill and died from a cold, it would have been a sad event for the chicken and its close relatives. However, we wouldn't have been concerned about a global pandemic and the deaths of millions. Similarly, if a bank in North America lent too much money to people who couldn't repay it and went bankrupt, it was a problem for the lender and borrower. But we didn't expect it to cause a nearly decade-long collapse of the global economy. This is what globalization is all about. It's like a miracle that has made it easier and quicker to transport our bodies, thoughts, words, pictures, ideas, and knowledge around the world. Globalization has brought both positive and negative outcomes. Many of us are unaware of the remarkable achievements of the Millennium Development Goals, some of which have even surpassed their targets ahead of schedule. Many families struggle to afford reliable energy, which is known as energy insecurity. It affects millions of U.S. households each year, especially low-income families. The COVID-19 pandemic has worsened the situation. Certain groups, like Black and Hispanic households, and those with young children or medical needs, are more likely to experience energy insecurity and have their utilities shut off. This means they can't use important devices, keep food fresh, or stay at a safe temperature. Extreme temperatures can have severe health consequences, even leading to death. People may resort to dangerous measures like burning trash or sitting in a running car for heat. Public policies addressing energy insecurity are crucial. Programs like weatherization assistance, solar power incentives, help with energy bills, and protect
The history of software is relatively nascent, with the entire IT industry being only 67 years old, which is remarkable given the significant advances made in this field during this period. The progression in this area has been less of a gradual evolution and more of a mad rush, thanks to Moore's law, which has led to a rapid expansion in computing power, a significant decline in the cost of computing and storage, and improved communication capabilities. This has enabled information technology to infiltrate areas of life that were never considered possible in the past.